Like to welcome Raul Feliu from EIT Urban Mobility. Raul, I will be running the show for you, so you just let me know when you want the next slide.
Sounds perfect, Tufik. Thank you very much. Do I get it started now?
Yep.
Perfect. Okay, so let's, a quick introduction. Raul Feliu, as Tufik introduced, I'm the one behind the programs that we have at EIT Urban Mobility. And the division is called Impact Ventures. You'll see why. We focus a lot on investments. So that's another one of the activities that we do apart from supporting startups via our programs. Let's go to the first slide then. Okay, I'll be talking about these three main blocks. Just a quick context for the attendees. What is the European Institute of Innovation and Technology? What is the European Institute of Innovation and Technology for Urban Mobility, the one that I'm working for, and Impact Ventures, which is the division behind the programs and the investments, as I said before. Let's go with the first one, the EIT, the European Institute of Innovation and Technology. So the EIT is an independent body from the European Union, and basically it was created to tackle the different societal challenges that we have across Europe. Here you can see the family members of the EIT community. We created the knowledge and innovation communities basically to connect these public and private scenarios to foster innovation in different fields. We are on the second last wave of KICs. You might hear this word often, which is knowledge and innovation community. You can see ourselves at the bottom right of the picture, and the latest EIT joining the family, which is culture and creativity. So the intention is to foster innovation in the different societal challenges that we have. And in our case, of course, making urban mobility more sustainable. We are here to accelerate the transition to the future of mobility. So let's dive a bit more on what is EIT urban mobility itself. Let's go to the next one. And next one. Yeah. So we saw different problems within urban mobility. So that's the premise of the organization being created. What we basically need to do is to change the way we are approaching or the way we move people and freights within cities and the way we think cities itself. So if just a quick exercise, if you imagine a city, you just see the way it's composed by roads and buildings, parks, but with a lot of transport-centric approach in the planning. So this is also affecting us, the street-centric approach to design cities, and hopefully things are changing. And we're here also with initiatives to accelerate this change. If we press again to FIC, I think that there was an additional sentence. Yes, this one. So we accelerate the transition to the future of sustainable mobility, as I said before, with a lot of different initiatives. For the ones from Impact Ventures, here we are on the very early stage of the entrepreneurship journey. So we focus on the startups, we focus on founders themselves, and we provide the services to support the journey to make those solutions successfully implemented in our cities by providing programs like the Scale Up program for more mature startups, and also by providing funding and connecting entrepreneurs. Let's go to the next one, Tufik. Here is the way we are divided. Maybe you see this black highlight behind Amsterdam. Well, this is let's say a typo from the slide. We are divided in 5 different hubs. So you see a geographical division: north, south, east, west, and central. Each one of those with a co-location center, with a main office. Different countries, of course, for each one of the regions. Maybe the peculiarity here we have is the division of French, which should be on the hub south. So now we have it entirely on hub south branch. And if we go to the next slide, we will see also that we have a specific focus actions for countries which have a lower Innovation Index. So this is the countries that, according to the European Innovation Index, have a lower ranking. And what we have here is specific actions to foster the collaboration between what I said, the public-private sector, in different layers, starting by the talent training, so academy initiatives, going through the entrepreneurs with early constitution of companies, and topping it up with pilots and also activities for the partners joining our ecosystem at EIT Urban Mobility with different events. Let's go to the next one. And here we have the different focus areas. If you press again to FIG, we will see each one of the headers. So we match and connect talents with businesses. So those activities are mainly focused from our academic department. We can connect industry, academia, the public sector at a local, national, and European level to foster the access to market, talent, finance, and knowledge. We approach talent to business. Basically, we attract and foster the talent mainly through, again, academy department initiatives to build the basis of Europeans' green transition to the future of mobility. We get innovations closer to the market, so we support the partners that we have at EIT Urban Mobility to develop, deploy, and commercialize mobility product solutions in real life city environments. So we're here to make the transition lasting long. We want these changes to be reflected for citizens in our cities. So that's where we put the focus when having innovative solutions and taking them to market. So we want to shorten this time to market to have impact in the shorter time possible and then make it scalable. So that links to the last point. We support and invest in startups to make them scale. So that's important that we have a focus on their products and solutions having a positive impact. So we at Impact Ventures, we pay quite a close look at the founders of the team and also how impact is embedded in the different startups that we support in our programs and in the different startups that we invest into. Let's go to the next one to FIC. We have a large network of partners now going further than 750 organizations. And if you press again to FIG, you will see the map here of the different actors that we have in our partnerships. So we have cities, we have national governments, or regional governments, we have European institutions, universities, students, research institutes, NGOs, and of course, latest group gathering the startups, SMEs, and larger enterprises. Let's move to the next one where we have the different numbers in each one of our blocks. And if you press ready to FIG, we skip the transitions. Yes. Just for you to have quick numbers on the Matching and Connect, we have the main event being Tomorrow Mobility last year with more than 20,000 attendees and 300 solutions showcased in the marketplace platform that we have developed within the EIT Urban Mobility. We have more than 15,000 now trainees from the Competence Hub, that's Academy Actions, and more than 3.4 million views on the Urban Mobility Explained videos at a YouTube channel, which I recommend you absolutely, because it's pretty much explanatory about what we do, different programs, initiatives that we conduct within the EIT Urban Mobility, topics we tackle, etc. We have supported more than 130 innovation projects and 73 new solutions launched to the market, some of them via pilots. So we also collaborate with our innovation department to facilitate pilots within cities in Europe. And let's talk about what we do at Impact Ventures, because we have supported more than 350 companies, startups so far. Those companies have raised more than 180 million euros so far since we started in 2020. And we have invested ourselves more than 12 million euros in 128 startups as of now. Let's move to the next one. Okay, Impact Ventures. 3 main activities we do. Next one, we connect. So here we have the Growth Lab, which is the largest community we have developed for mobility entrepreneurs. If you have registered there, you will see that we post, if not every day, for sure every week, new opportunities for founders related to mobility. We support startups via our programs, and we invest. Let's go to the next one, because the Growth Lab is one of the benefits that you will get if you are selected for the Scale Up program. So said, we have a community now with more than 500 members, and we provide there the opportunities. We announce the events that are taking place within the mobility sphere or that have a relation with investments. We provide perks. So if you join the platform, you will see there that we have more than 10 perks in software as service solutions. And we also publish there news, studies, reports that we have developed in-house at EIT Urban Mobility, but also reports that are available in the market, but have a very niche focus on urban mobility or investments. Let's go to the next one, Tufik. Here is the offering that will be implemented on the second half of this year. Why I'm mentioning this? Because now you have access to all the standard features if you enter the Growth Lab, but starting as of July this year, we'll have the premium offering. The premium offering has some additional features to the ones nowadays offered at the Growth Lab, and you will be benefiting from 6-month paid subscription to the Growth Lab Premium. Maybe here a more interesting part is to know that we will be separating some of the offering from the standard that is available today with the perks, the opportunities, specifically for the urban mobility sector. We will include a matchmaking with investors and corporates, which is quite interesting, and services to look for funds for the premium members. Let's go to the next one, Tufik, because I think I'm running short in time. So I'll try to keep it short for this one, which basically, oh, I see also some weird background here. Well, in any case, this is the startup offering that we have at EIT Urban Mobility. You can see the different programs, the pre-investment ones where we place the Mobility Corporate Venture Builder and Jump Starter intended to create startups, Jump Starter in a competition-based approach, the Mobility Corporate Venture Builder with a link to corporates directly. We have 5 market readiness accelerators, basically intended to find the product market fit of the startups that we support and fine-tune it. We have the investment readiness program, basically preparing founders to raise funds in the 24 next months. The new European Bauhaus that goes from pre-investment to investment because we provide SAFE, that's an agreement for future equity in the form of 50K. So startups at the end of the program, we can acquire equity in the startups that participated at the European Catalyze. And last but not least, we have the Rocket App, joint action with the different kicks and focusing on female funders. But the attention for today is on the Scale-Up program. So the Scale-Up program will be further explained by my colleagues here, the ones running the accelerator. We have Tufik, I think that we also have Albert here. So I think that was my last slide, Tufik, if I'm not wrong.
Yep.
Yeah, and this one, we have the 4 blocks here. In terms of program, we create the startups, we look for the product market fit. We have the investment proof programs to prepare founders to raise funds, and we have the scaling programs where we have the Scale-Up program itself.
Okay, Raul, thank you very much. Can you just maybe touch upon what is the typical investment usually a range, if you can give a range to the participants so they understand, for example, typically how much EIT you invest?
I can talk about the ticket that we are allowed to do. So we can do from 50K to 500K, but our usual investments range from 150 to 350K.
Okay.
So that's our usual entry round to new startups that we invest into. Mm-hmm. And then you can maybe a bit more later on explain the relation that we have with the program, because we get recommendations for investment from each one of the programs, including the Scale-Up program.
Okay. Thank you.
This is the end of my presentation. I'm just handing over the word to the consortium members. Back to you, Albert. And thank you very much for giving me this time to share EIT and EIT urban mobility activities.
Thank you very much, Raul, for your time and for the presentation of EIT. So all our attendees for today have the framework or where our activities are done and with which objective. Now I will follow what Raul was stating. I will present what the program, the consortium, how to apply, and Q&A. My name is Albert Vergés. I'm a senior project manager at Carnet Barcelona, one of the founders, the organization that implement the programs. The scale up really focused is a program that is co-funded by EIT Urban Mobility. And what we are looking for are for disrupted and improvement of urban mobility, which means that is a cross-thematic program. We have, and we will list some specialities or some examples, but if you consider that you can disrupt or improve urban mobility, this is your program. What we offer is access to new funding opportunities, networking. For example, Raul before mentioned where one of the biggest urban mobility platform as a Grow Lab that is implemented by EIT. We also focus on tailor-made mentorship that is really helpful for your needs. We are going to, of course, provide some learning sessions that are common, but you will have a tailor-made and dedicated mentor for your needs. Okay, and this is the basic. Later on, we can always try to fit, but it's a 6-month program. We will select the best of 12 of around Europe and associated countries like Morocco, Morocco, Tunisia, Norway. There are a lot. I would always recommend to check the complete list in the guide for applicants. But how or who is implementing this program? This program, we said that it was co-funded and implemented on behalf of EIT Urban Mobility, but those are the consortium members that has this labor or implement this program. From Barcelona and in Spain, we have Carnet, from Czech Republic Power Hub, and from Germany, we have Fraunhofer IEO, NFF, and Unternehmertum, who has been recently nominated as the best startup hub around Europe by Statista and Financial Times. So we know what we do. And we are here for helping you through this program to your needs and your startup. What you get more in details, as we were mentioning, funding opportunities and connections. It means access to investors through different means or whatever, depending on what you need. Potential players that could be from B2C, for example, other customers, stakeholders, municipalities, governments. It depends on what you need. So, this program, one for my personal opinion, is that we try to adapt as much as possible. That is not always so tricky. In addition, we have access to the urban mobility investments opportunities, and at the end of the program, the 4 best performance are recommended for being invested to EIT Urban Mobility. Be aware that this is a recommendation, and later on, there is always a procurement about this, but we can recommend. We'll make it a little bit faster. The other pillar is coaching and mentoring, that, as I was saying, is tailor-made to your needs. You will be, through different means, what you need, what you lack, what you want to obtain from your participation in the program, and we will focus with industry leaders that could be from a stakeholder, other funders, depending on your needs. We will also provide some workshops and extensions that will be more common, but tailor-made is really key, and it's from expert from the sector that you need. We will focus as well on impact assessment measurement, that is key nowadays for investment and for different opportunities. Plus expert webinar as different collaboration. For example, with last year, we had the opportunity to collaborate with European initiatives, and this will depend as well on what you need. That's why it's a little bit more general. Last but not least, the third pillar is event networking promotion that we will provide 4 events on the program. We provide a 2,500 euros lump sum travel voucher per team to attend the events, plus, as was mentioned before, the Growth Lab Premium, that is the biggest community on urban mobility, and different access to different high-impact events, such as Tomorrow Mobility and others that we will be unveiled during the presentation. Be aware that all these slides will be later shared with you, so you don't have to do screenshots, or you can later on check. This is the preliminary calendar. The onboarding will be physically on Prague, and we will focus up to September on different learning sessions and different events. The preliminary, those are the learning sessions, the preliminary topics that would be some general pilot preparation, custom insights, all done by experts on topics. Those are not so general big. We are talking about scale-ups that want to ramp up their business, are tailor-made for already established business and that want to internationalize. Later on, another of the activities that we really recommend is the Building Innovation Academy that will look into your and help you improve your business. And it was really, really welcome. And as a new addition, Climate Risk and ESG evaluation that is designed to help startups to climate awareness, sustainability integration. This will be everything included. And the most critical, be aware that this is a preliminary list, but and we also recommend to set the dates, but those are the 4 events that will be initially included. We will start between the 19th and 20th of June. This was a change with the onboarding that will be physical in Prague. Later on, we will focus with Engage in Investment Conference. Is a tailor-made and big event also in Prague, only with investors, followed by Tomorrow Mobility, that is the biggest urban mobility event in Europe, that is co-founded by and done jointly with the Smart City Expo World Congress. And the program will end with its demo day, that will be jointly with Ultimate Demo Day on December. Be aware that this is the preliminary list, but as you see, all of them are really big events that will boost your startups by connections and different opportunities. And we have said who implements, what we offer in more line. I will also recommend to check the guide for applicants, that is everything is, but what we look, as I was saying, is a gross thematic program. Therefore, those are examples, but if you are a disruptive innovation, you think that you can improve the urban mobility landscape, this is your program. Of course, we're talking about the scale-ups. It's a clear scalable business idea. Founders ideally employs 50 of the shares and fit with the 8-year mobility scale-up program. This is everything is written and we will share, but what we want is the best of the best, disruptive that wants to make the world a better place. This would be a little bit more following up the process. So everything will be written. You will have this as a document for reference, but this is the cornerstone. Open call is where we are. The call ends the 15th of April, and only the ones submitting will be eligible for the program. Later on, we will have between the 16th of April and the 10th of May an eligibility check. If you fulfill this eligibility check, you will be evaluated online, and for at least 24 would be invited to join the live pitch between the 27th and 29th of May. Later on, we will select the 12th, initially the 12 conditional participants that will be requested, and we will later on introduce some fulfillments that will be selected participants. How to apply? It's our platforms. If you have already participated in any EAT urban mobility programs, it's the same platform. And you have to register. Later on, click here at the bottom in Enter. Start your application. And really important, you have to select the program type, EAT urban mobility programs, call Scale Up Programs 2024. What would you be requested? More or less, we have calculated on more or less 20 minutes, 15, 20 minutes to fulfill the information. But be aware that it can take longer or fewer. We want you to excel in those applications, because at the end, this information will be the one that will be used for evaluating yourself. And it is information regarding business, general information, what makes you excellent about your team, the impact, implemented, everything. Considerations. Be aware that you will be requested the registration certificate, that you will be requested later on. In the application, you will be requested the number, but you will need to be registered in Europe or associated countries prior to the start of the programs. And we will request your certificate, otherwise you will be disqualified. And last but not least, remember that only submitted applications will be evaluated and eligible. This is really critical. Sometimes we start an application and later on we stop thinking that we'll have more time. Remember to submit your application. Once that you have fulfilled the information, this job has finished for you, and now we start with our evaluation. First of all, we will evaluate your eligibility. You will receive for each phase an email or communication, and you can appeal. But those are the dates that are in the guides for applicants, which are the online evaluation for admissibility criteria. 3 full-time employees that are not necessarily linked to monetary components. But we don't accept single founders. Startup must be incorporated in EU or associated countries, not having been selected in past edition. You must be registered at GrowLab, that despite being or not eligible for this program is a really good platform for you with a lot of opportunities, and not being participating in other programs for EAT this year, or market readiness or scale up. If you are eligible, you will be evaluated. If not, you will receive a rejection letter that you can ask for an appeal within 5 business days. If you go for an, you are eligible, that most of you that have been approached for us are, at least 2 experts will evaluate your proposal, expert on the fields, on your concrete thematic field. We would evaluate based on the information that you provided in your application. That's why it's important to take it into account and take the time that you need, based on the set of defined criteria that you are able to see on the guide for applicants. And we will explain how we will use the net impact assessment method. At least the 24 highest will be invited to live pitch. The other will receive, all of you will receive the results by email. When? Later, May 10. Please be aware to check your spam folders. I will be the one sending the emails, so please check your spam folder. Don't miss your chance, okay? For those invited, they will be online. I recommend to set the date. It will be between the 27th and 29th, and it will be 5 minutes presentation, and you have what we will evaluate during this live pitch, and up to 10 minutes of Q&A. At least 2 experts will evaluate your proposal based on the set of defined, and we will compile this information. Everything, all the punctuation that you score in the phases will be will obtain the ranking of the 12 conditionally selected. You will receive a final report, and you will have some time to do the procurement before the 19th of June when the program will start. The procurement, and you know it in advance, as it's written, you will have to confirm that you want to continue to confirm your participation in the program, provide the registration certificate that I was mentioned before. This is a document that states that you have been legally established in the country that you stated, and include the EAT community logo on your webpage. And other commitments are signature of lump sum, the scale up program, etc. All of this. Once you fulfill all of them, you will be one of our selected staff for 2022. With all that said, let's talk about numbers. This is our 5th edition. We know what we do. On total, we have accumulated more than 350 applicants. It's a high competitive, but this is because we are worth it. This is a good program. We have supported more than 50 startups from over 26 countries around Europe and associated countries, and they have accumulated more than 35 million euros. This is a good program, tailor-made for your needs, and those are the numbers that allow us to say so. Some alumni that you will recognize, or some are really, really well known, and you will be available to meet 3 of them from the last editions that are Ten Technology, Luna Systems, and Infoday Systems. So in case you have any program, any questions, currently, you can write it here, or later on you can write at the end. I will give you 2 minutes in case that you have any questions. And of course, you will find my email later on. Any questions? Okay. No, good question, Torben. No, as Raul mentioned, there are some programs that equity is requested. In this program, no, we don't provide equity free, but we don't request any equity for being part of the program. What we request is what they show. The certificate, the documentation, but we will not ask for a save nor equity. Any other question that you would like to raise? Okay. Okay, then we will follow up with our colleague Dora Manowski. Sasha, sorry, yeah, of course. Be aware that we will request as how many, such as can more than one founder take part. Yes, depends on how many people you want to involve, both in the events or in the program. It's up to you, but be aware that one of the criteria is to be more than one founder. And please be aware there will be another Q&A at the end of the event. And now I will give the word to my colleague Dora, that will present the roundtable and success stories from previous applicants that we have the chance to have today with us. Dora, the floor is yours.
Thank you, Albert. Good afternoon, everyone. Warm welcome from my side as well. I'm representing Power Hub today. I'm a resident entrepreneur working with them. And I also run my own startup. So I know how you feel today, but also why I decided to join the team is because of the success stories and the numbers that Albert presented. So without further ado, we will continue with the roundtable discussion. And I will have 3 startups from the last editions. The funders are here with us today. So I will allow you to join the stage and introduce yourself. If we could go to the next slide, we prepared 1 slide of each of you. So Juraj, let's start with you. Please introduce yourself and what your startup is doing.
Hello, everybody. Good afternoon. Thanks for the invitation. So, as you can see, my name is Juraj, founder, CEO of Turn Technology. We took part in the scale-up program. What was it, like 1 or 2 years ago already? Yeah, time flies fast. So what we do, we help cities and bus operators with our simulation software and tailor-made consultancy services to advise them with the transition from conventional public transportation to the zero emission one. So to make it short, so before they do any costly decision, we can simulate, test various different scenarios, which technology, vehicle, infrastructure to build, where to build it, and therefore save a lot of money, make the process fast, easy, and transparent. So this is briefly about me and Turn Technology.
Thank you. The next slide, please. I invite Maria to our virtual stage. Please grab the mic. Yeah.
For the invitation. Greetings, everyone from Dublin. I'm Maria. I'm CEO and co-founder of Luna Systems. We're a computer vision mobility startup. And yeah, really our role is taking the kinds of computer vision safety benefits you get when you sit in a modern car and making them applicable to sustainable mobility. We work across 3 main vehicle categories: shared e-scooters, consumer bikes, whether e-bikes or push bikes, as well as electric powered 2-wheelers. So really what we're on a mission to do is to use the kind of safety benefits that you in the automotive industry and translate them and make them applicable to green mobility options to make it a more, a safer, more widely used form of transport.
Thank you, Maria. Evgeny, hi.
Hi, everybody. Great. Thank you very much for having me, and great to meeting all of you guys, plus all the interested startups out there. So my name is Evgeny. I'm the CFO of Hybrid LiDAR Systems, and what we do is we design sensors for autonomous cars, for industrial applications and logistical applications, so that vehicles can move on their own and see their surroundings. So this is basically what we did, and we did the scale-up program together with Maria actually last year, in the fall last year. The company is located in Germany, and yeah, that's for a quick introduction about myself.
Thanks, Evgeny. All right, so Albert, if we could take off the slides and then we can see the participants better. Thank you so much. Now we can see you. So guys, if you could explain how has been your journey in the program and how the program's offerings influence your startup's journey.
Sure, maybe I could start. Yeah, so I guess coming back to what Raoul said earlier on about connect, support, invest, I suppose we're a good example of a company that's really been right throughout the EITUM journey. We've been a very grateful benefactor of EITUM support since way 2022. We're first selected to be part of the New European Bauhaus Initiative. Then we followed on to be part of the e-mobility accelerator program, as well as the scale up program. But also we were accepted last year to take part in a small call program as well, where we got to test bed some solutions collaboratively with the city of Istanbul. So before maybe I get to the specific benefits of the scale up program, I would highly encourage everyone, as previously mentioned in this presentation, to consider those programs as well. We really feel it's been a core part of our success to date. Becoming part of the EITUM network will always give you access to new opportunities. There are always new programs, new networking opportunities and platforms where you can really gain and learn experience from other alumni, and also have access to the right people who know what they're doing, who can point you in the right direction, whether it's from investment or even support with practicalities around product or investment, all of that. It's really a very well balanced program. But just coming specifically to the Scale Up program, I was fortunate enough to have been selected to partake in the program personally and then bring those learnings back to base. Really, it's unlike any other Scale Up program I would have had previous exposure to. Again, coming back to what Ruel and Albert pointed out earlier on, there's a very unique blend, a pan-European network there that are there to support you and guide you, not just from the start and end date of the program, but really beyond that. So it's a very unique consortium that have been put in place to help you right across the board, from connect, support, invest. It's really all there. And I would say, as a mobility startup, it's particularly difficult, we all know these days, particularly with macroeconomic challenges, to kind of find, as question, the right kind of supports that you need, all across these pillars. Crucially, I think what was really beneficial from our perspective was, yes, there was the investment, and then there was the mentoring, and then there was access to all of the events, which were enormously valuable for us. But I would say actually more than that, what was crucial for us, and I'll maybe delve into this a little bit in a second, is the learnings that we gained from the various academies. So specifically, the Build-In Academy, there was never a moment where I felt, hey, this doesn't really pertain to me. And as I kind of said earlier, you might guess we work in a pretty niche area of mobility. It was very well balanced. And I think, there was quite a wide and diverse range of startups who took part at the same time as us. I think that was a sentiment that was shared by everyone, that right throughout the course, you get the practical hands-on kind of knowledge that can be difficult as a startup to kind of put together, right? You really get the whole package. So it comes to practicalities around sales, product, learning your value, learning how to sell. These are things that I think as startups, we think we know, right? We think we understand our value. Really a transformative part for us taking part in the Building Academy specifically, which was run by the very excellent Nir Koren, was a transformative moment for us because, I mentioned earlier that we work with the shared micromobility industry. It's no secret that this particular mobility industry is facing significant macroeconomic headwinds, and particularly for a supplier like ourselves. We would have typically sold our solutions to the shared operators who run these fleets, are doing an excellent job, but they themselves are very constrained. They're facing these economic headwinds. So for us, it's, we were kind of at the point where this program came along where we felt like we were hitting a kind of a wall when it came to, I suppose, the resources that these operators had to take on companies like ourselves and products like our own. So, going through that process in the Build-In Academy helped us really discover our value. And it seems like a simple thing. You will go into this program thinking that you understand your value, you think it's X, you will come out realizing that it's actually Y. And why has that been beneficial for us? It's been beneficial because it's opened up our ability to see our product in a different light. We've been able to pivot that. And now we have a much wider audience to which we can sell. So now, for example, not to get into the specifics, we've found a way to kind of pivot our solution for the shared micromobility market and make it more applicable to cities. We're currently building a platform. We've had really some excellent feedback. And again, thanks to EITUM, great feedback from the cities to say, hey, this is something we really value. The idea of being able to use computer vision data for the purpose of smart city benefits. It will help us also to understand how well shared micromobility is performing, but also, it extrapolates the data from that to be put into use in terms of, e-bike infrastructure, safety audits and things like that. So cities can really understand the benefit that they're getting from the infrastructure they're putting in place. So Yeah, that is a very kind of practical and specific area that it's really helped us in, but it's been really transformative for us. And yeah, it's also given us the skills we need in terms of sales. You know, we went through the sales academy with the excellent Andy Williamson. Thanks to him, we now have a proper sales strategy in place. You know, it can be difficult as an early stage startup to find the resources and people you need to help you on that journey. If you don't have a sales team in place, help anyone sell. If you're looking to make that step to hiring sales, this will give you the tools you need to find the right people to support you on that journey. So yeah, just a few of the areas. Sorry, it's been quite long-winded, but yeah, that's been our experience to date. And yeah, thank you, everyone.
Well, Maria, thank you. Very, very insightful. And I have to admit that I followed your journey, but I didn't know that it was so transformative in many aspects that you just explained. Thank you so much for the insights. Evgeny, would you like to continue?
Yeah, right. Okay, of course. I think so obviously we've been doing the Scale Up program, and the journey basically in the Scale Up program, it consists of several workshops that you do on premise. Some of them were in Prague. One of them was one event was in Munich. And then there was some kind of fairs where we could participate in. One of them was in Barcelona. So there is a lot of different kind of formats that you can join and should join that can bring you value basically. And another thing that is maybe not put into the to the front of the whole program, but it's a very important aspect of it all, is this very international community. And this is something that we could benefit a lot from, in addition to those kind of workshops and everything, because it helps you see your problem and your product from different perspectives, because everyone in this program is in the same area. They're all in the mobility space, but they are approaching stuff from different angles. And so being in Germany, and in Germany we are often very engineering focused and tech focused, it helps you to understand that technology is not all, right? So there is also sales, there is also some kind of leadership things and so on. And so that was very important to understand where people are coming from and how they approach it. That was a very, very big benefit for our team, I suppose. In terms of the content of the programs, and Maria, you already said it, there is a big variety of different kind of teachings and workshops and everything from all over the all the value chain, basically looking from all the different sides of the program. So there is finance, there is sales, there is actually a couple of workshops with Nia where you really start to try and focus, am I actually on the right track, or should I pivot a little bit? For me personally, a big eye-opener was the workshop on sales, because sales and this kind of debt, I never had the ability to experience, and this was really good because you not only sit there and then listen to it, but you actually get to do some kind of case studies, role playing, and everything. And also the Andy is very motivating and interesting to listen to. So this is definitely something that was personally for me very eye-opening, but also a big chunk of know-how that we could take away from that sessions. Actually, yeah, it was actually a 2-day workshop in Prague. Really interesting. What also is, and I mean, we have been in different acceleration programs before, right? What also, in addition to this big internationality focus, was really interesting is to be in a group of people who are all coming from the mobility space. Because often, acceleration programs are coming where there are teams from different kind of angles. Here, everyone has the same goal, the same area, let's say. This was also very interesting and opened a lot of potentials. One being, for example, that Maria and we are talking about, supplying our LiDAR sensors to Luna to employ in their for their scooters and their systems. Though this is also some kind of benefit that one should not forget as this kind of networking part of it. And speaking of networking, I think this is another, and probably I will sum up with this. Another big aspect of the whole thing, while there is this kind of predefined program that you participate in and all these kind of workshops, the team of the whole program is very, very keen on supporting you. And you see it in a lot of conversations. Albert, you smile there because you're probably one of the protagonists of this topic. There is a lot that you can gain from the network of the people in this program. And here I encourage everyone to be proactive here, right? So it's not that, okay, I sit, I lie back, and then stuff is coming to me. Proactively reach out to people, tell them your pain points, and see if they have something that might help you. And everybody on the team, as far as my experience was very, very keen on supporting us, opening their network, making introductions and so on, and also giving insights on how they see the problems at hand. So this was something that was very, very interesting. And also, this is something that holds true even after the program. So participating there and being there opens you the world basically to a lot of people even after the program is over. So that were my takeaways from this program.
Thank you for sharing your experiences, Yevgeny. And yes, being proactive and reaching out, not only to organizers, trainers, and mentors in the program, but to each other. I'm very happy that this connection is live and it stays over after the program as well. Juraj, I remember we met first time in Barcelona at the public transport company when you were discussing your pilot with them. It was one cohort before the guys. So like you are flying from like alone after the program for 1 year from now. So how is it going on? What were your experiences in the program and where are you now?
Hi, Dora. So thanks again. Yeah, it's been since a while. So maybe it's been a lot of has been covered regarding the program by Kenny and Maria. So I'll try to pinpoint what I found most valuable out of the program. I would also highlight the sales program or the sales coaching. Although on one side it was extremely valuable, on the other side I found the training and like the key takeaways very let's say simple or easy to apply, very straightforward. So when it was mentioned and when we went through the material and the training, it was very obvious, but not before, right? So that was great lessons for me. And from my experience and what I see very often is that the sales is really toughest part or something that where a lot of startups tend to fail. So that's even, I mean, I would say it's even more important, this sales part of the acceleration program. So definitely that. Another thing I would say is the option or the possibility to talk to the people and representatives from the cities. Usually those are busy people. They're not gonna open the doors just anytime. So it's not possible just to visit a mayor and I don't know, ring a bell and he will open the door. So this is again rare and unique. So this is something I would say again highlights the added value. So if your customers are municipalities, then definitely I can recommend. And regarding our progress and the project, yeah, we've been working with the cities and the public transport operators. They're very tightly connected. So we've been pivoting a lot and in the recent time, and we are actually used some of the support from the EIT but we are still bootstrapping. But anyway, we are still in the ecosystem of the EIT urban mobility, and we are supported. So this is a huge a huge thing for us. So yeah, that's briefly about us. And I should also mention Albert with Tufik, who is not here with us, but they were great supporters of us. So thank you for that again.
Thank you, Juraj. Thanks for sharing your experience. So if you would give one piece of advice to the next generation of scale-uppers sitting probably in these rows, virtual rows today, so what would that be?
Oof, that's a tough one, right? Again, any advice depends on the experience, on the situation. What is the in which phase of the at which phase the company is. So that's hard to make a one variable for everybody. But if I should pick one, then I would say then try to sell your solution before building it.
Yes, the money saver advice.
Yeah.
Very good one.
You don't need to build anything.
Yeah,
So
validation, right?
first sell it and keep the rest, and the rest will come.
Thank you. Maria, what would be your advice?
Wow, tough to follow on from that. Yeah, look, I think it goes back to what Evgeny said earlier on, making the most out of the program. As Albert and Raoul mentioned earlier on, maybe not everyone from the startup can attend, but try to send as many of the core team as you can. If not possible, make sure you carve out the time after the program when you get home to try and as much as possible reenact the sessions. Bring all that material back. As Evgeny said, it's not about just sitting back and the learning comes to you, right? You have to work for it. So you bring it back and you run all these sessions. And I think it's very cleverly, the programs are very cleverly put together in the sense that it is quite easy to do that. You're given very simple, practical tools to use that no real prior context is required to be able to use them. They're very easy to translate to your colleagues. So I would really recommend that. And also, yes, network. Make the most out of your alumni. They're brilliant people. Everyone will learn from each other and lean on each other. And also I'd say the Growth Lab. Make sure you check that out. That's a platform where you can connect with other alumni from previous years. Yeah, those are my piece of advice anyway. Yeah, but it is difficult to pick one thing. Yeah.
Many thanks. And as a closing, Yevgeny, what would be your advice?
You guys mentioned it all already. No, yeah, I think my first advice is do this program because I think this is something, at least for us, it was extremely valuable. Yes, be proactive, participate, and also, and I think it was one of the questions there. Is it possible to participate as not as one person, but with the team and with the relevant team? Yes, I think you can be 2 or 3 people, I suppose, and it is really wise to have your management team in it. It is obviously, of course, some kind of time commitment there. But I think if you're 1 or 2, like 2 or 3 person, you can split the workload a little bit, and then attend to the sessions where the ones that are more in your field, where you have more interest in. So that would be something for me. And also another thing that I could suggest and would be open to, if you guys have any more questions and you would have like more detailed questions or anything, feel free to add me on LinkedIn, and then we can discuss and see if there's something that you still want to know.
Yes, likewise. Definitely echo that sentiment.
Thank you, Maria. Thank you, Yevgeny. And thank you, Juraj, also for joining us in the roundtable discussion. I will give back the floor to Albert to leave some space for your questions as well today. Parallelly, if you would like to insert your LinkedIn profile link, Maria, Yevgeny, and Juraj, then please do so in the chat. And Albert, the floor is yours. If there are any questions.
Thank you very much, Dora, and thank you very much to all of our three speakers today, Dora, Evan, and Maria. Thank you very much for those insights that you have provided our potential participants. I will go back to share again. Have any one of you have any doubt that you would like to raise with us or to our speakers that you had the opportunity today to listen to what they do, how they learn? Otherwise, you can always contact us by email. Be aware that we will share this recording and this presentation with all of you that registered at the event. I'm not seeing anything by the chat, nor any raise hand. Okay, then, despite that the recording will not be complete, we will upload it and share with all of you. Last but not least, we just shared with all of you a feedback form. Please give us your thoughts about the event, and remember the most crucial part: apply before 15th of April and don't make your son. Maria, Vanji, Jura, and Dora, all of our potential starters and participants, I hope that you enjoyed the event, and thank you much for being here today. And I'm sure that all of you will succeed on your endeavors, and we will continue growing our ecosystem. So thank you much for being here.
Thank you, Albert.
Thank you much. Have a good day.
Thank you guys. Bye-bye. See ya.
Bye. Thanks a lot. Ciao, ciao.
Ciao.
Bye-bye.
Yes.
Ciao.
Bye-bye.